Last problem. Problem number 6. Create a new MATLAB script file named systemsolver.m. In your script file, solve the following system of equations. Okay, so this is a huge system of equations. You need a piece of paper. And then it says display the results using fprintf. So here it says use fprintf. In fact, you can't really do this one with display, at least very well. Okay, so first things first, we have a system of equations. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 equations. And then I count my unknowns. My unknowns are the x's. So I have x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7. So I have 7 unknowns. Which means in order to solve this system, I need to put together A and I need to put together B. A is going to be a 7 by 7 because there's 7 equations and 7 unknowns. This corresponds to the equation. These correspond to the unknowns. So I'm going to go ahead and write the unknowns along top. x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7. Okay, so for equation 1, there's a 4 in front of the x1. There's a 0 in front of the x2. There's a 2 in front of the x3. There's a negative 1 in front of the x4, a 10 in front of the x5, a 0 in front of the x6, and a negative 10 in front of the x7. So then I keep going through with all of my equations. So I have 0, 0, 0, 0, 5, 6, 2. Then negative 10, 5, negative 2, 0, 4, 0, negative 2, negative 9, 10, negative 9, 8, negative 4, 0, 9, negative 4, 1, negative 5, 0, 4, negative 3, negative 10, I keep going, 1, negative 4, negative 7, 9, 4, 6, negative 1, 3, negative 8, negative 5, 3, negative 9, 4, negative 2. There we go. There is my A. It's a 7 by 7. My B are just my values on my other side. Negative 17, negative 21, 25, 64, 27, 63, 63. To solve it in MATLAB, all I do is enter in those numbers. So, there's a lot of them. 4, 0. Just enter it in. One number at a time. It helps if you stack your numbers on top of each other. It makes everything look nicer. And space everything. It's easier for you to figure out if something went wrong. It's easier for us to see if you type something wrong. And you just chug in one number at a time. Two more rows, or I guess 2 more equations. Last one. 3, 8. And there we go. So there's A. You can go ahead and double check with your equations if you have time. But just type it in. Your B, your values, negative 17. You can type them in as a row vector, a column vector, however you want, as long as when you do your calculation, it is a column. So A is my 7 by 7. B, if I go ahead and save this, So A is my 7 by 7, B is my 7 by 1. It has to be a column. And then I go ahead and solve it. So X is going to be A left by B. It's one of the ways. Now X is a 7 by 1. We don't type in X values. We don't type in X1, X2, X3. We just type in this line. Type in all your A values. Type in all your B values. X equals A left by B. That's how we solve our system equations using MATLAB. So then it says display the results in the following format using fprintf, where I indicates the subscript on each unknown and AAA indicates the answer. So this is my subscript. This is my answer. Okay, it says use fprintf because you have to use fprintf. Fprintf. I'm printing out X, and then next to X is an integer equals my answer. So I'll start out with 3 digits past the decimal point. Okay, and then new line. What am I printing out? In my first, I'm going to gather my data into one array, where my first row are my digits. So it's X 1 through 7, so it's literally 1 through 7. This would be a separate variable. I don't have these numbers anywhere else, so I'm just going to say 1 through 7. And stacked on top of that are my X values. So whatever X is, it is a column. I need to convert it to a row. So there we go. So X1 equals this number, X2 equals this number, X3 equals this number, etc. Notice our numbers aren't nicely spaced, so I'm going to go ahead and just modify that spacing. I'll make a spacing of 6. And here we go. I can see them nicely aligned. And there we go. X1, X2, X3, X4, X5, X6, X7. These are my answers. I can go ahead and just double check. So equation 1 is 4x1 2x3 minus x4 plus 10x5 0 negative 17. 4 zeros, negative 5, negative 6, 2, and then negative 21. Negative 10, 5, negative 2, 0, 4, 0, negative 2, and then a 25. Negative 9, positive 10, negative 9, positive 8, negative 4, 0, positive 9, 64. Then I have negative 4, 1, negative 5, 0, 4, negative 3, that's the number I'm missing. Negative 3, negative 10, and 27. And then 1, negative 4, negative 7, 9, 4, 6, negative 1. And then 3, negative 8, negative 5, 3, negative 9, 4, negative 2, and both those are 63. So now we can see I have nice even numbers, which means I'll print out 0 digits past the decimal point, and I don't need the 6 anymore. I can use a 4. But there we go. I can start to modify and change those things. It doesn't say you need to have a specific spacing. It doesn't say you need to have a specific number of digits past the decimal point. Choose those yourself. I don't even need the spacing. I can just do that. I can change it to a spacing of 2 just to line up my numbers. It really just depends on your preferences, how much time you have, and how much is required. There we go. That is our last problem.